Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome to Squared Circle Society Live. I'm Flesh Wound Dan, joined by producer Todd.
Damn, that song hit me in the feels today, Pugs. Made me miss UEW. That was our hype up intro.
It was. It is. It's
yeah.
It's probably because we just saw Miggy.
Yeah.
And Pugs Dread.
And Pugs Dread.
Namaste. Howdy.
And wrestling commentating superstar, Pugs Dread.
Superstar. Holy shit.
Superstar icon.
Yeah.
You're coming for Corey Graves' job.
Got the first pop of the night.
I did. You know what? Fuck yeah. Don't let's get in my head. I think I'm doing with that shit. I do want booze though, so eventually I will be fucking going to the dark side.
Well, I mean, there was one thing I was like, I'm good, Pugs. You didn't argue with your commentator.
No.
I'll tell you later. I don't know if you know what it is.
Okay. Ozzy, I'm coming for you next, dude. We got to do something.
Are we going to have a dark side of UEW show at some point?
Again, Dan, what did I tell you about that? You don't do that. You don't suggest it. You don't joke about it. Knock that shit off.
It can be a fun one, though.
But we could do a UEW doc, though.
You could do Tales from the Territory.
There you go. Tales from the Territory.
We had this discussion last time, Dan.
Yes.
I wasn't here for this. I am into this, but we got to be in control of it. We got to make it.
Yeah, we got to make it happen. All right. So
I was talking about me and Todd, but yeah,
there was no dark side.
No,
Teddy Hart was safely in the underground. Sorry,
Teddy Hart.
He was not in Mexico. He was not off killing people.
See, what we need to do is just focus on one Hellbound, like the WrestleMania show we're going to talk about later.
Yes. So we're covering a lot. We got 2 episodes of Dark Side of the Ring, and we'll have WrestleMania 41 coverage and some other things later.
See, I said he always ignores the stuff he doesn't participate in.
I know. And stuff.
And other stuff. The one other thing.
WrestleMania 9 becoming a spectacle documentary.
But see how he just dismisses anything he's not part of?
Todd will also run down.
And the rest. And the other stuff. And the stuff I'm not on that you don't give a shit about.
I don't know what else you've got planned.
He just,
he's
going to... Todd will run down also the other events that are going on while WrestleMania takes place for other wrestling fans.
All of those things.
He said it.
I think now that we have a commentating superstar, I think we're going to have to switch positions up on this show now.
Damn.
I can do the wrestling one. That's fine.
You know what? We could make this one SCS starring Pugs Dread.
Easy.
Yeah. Well, before we get to all of that.
Make sure you check out Crimson Kingdom 2 very, very soon. Hopefully WrestleMania weekend. Correct, Todd?
Yes. Should be most likely tomorrow, but if not 100% by Friday.
Cool.
I was trying to get a premiere for Friday, but we weren't able to pull it off in time. So it'll just be uploaded. So
a lot of wrestling.
Soon as I'm done here, I'm rendering it and sending it off to the IWTV, so you'll be able to watch. It's not your debut on commentary because it's your second show, but it's your first time with a new person. And I have to tell you,
first time.
And I have to tell you, I think you guys mesh really well together.
Awesome, thank you. You know what? He's cool. Yeah. So, I like doing
my
it
favorite
with him.
call he's done, by the way. It was you two paired together. I think you guys just hit it right.
Nice. I look forward.
Once we get that rapport too, because I feel comfortable with Kyle. Okay, and I was shockingly comfortable by episode 2. So, I mean, match 2.
Match 2.
It was a great time.
Yeah,
very proud of fucking everybody. Kruger fucking killed it.
Yeah.
Which I already told them earlier. You know, he took a fireball to the face. He might be out for a day. Fire's not too bad for him.
No. It was mostly the spit from his opponent or from that asshole that rolled in.
Dan theorized it was blessed by a priest.
Yes.
Shadow of God. Okay.
Shadow of God. That's how they took him out. Yeah, we got to incorporate like an exorcist battle or an exorcist death match got a few ideas for that might be fun.
You lost me with the
I'm
religion.
open to it. You come out, you bless the fucking water.
Unless
Have Messiah
it's
come
a-
do it.
Unless it's a stigmata death match and they got to get stabbed in the fucking. You know,
Well, what if you have like a bunch of priests come out and they bless the barbed wire? Like, it would be a cool visual.
Let's just get Messiah. He's already came to our place at least once. Wasn't it twice? He was there for Blood Brothers.
I was just.
Oh yes, he was there when you were on commentary, Pugs. Your first
Correct.
time.
Oh yeah, and I fucked up.
What a maneuver for the goddamn Godsmack.
Correct. Hey, I've gotten better since then.
And the other time he was on commentary.
I was really disappointed that Messiah did not do a run-in on the Vince McMahon versus God match. Can you imagine lights go out and Vince just takes the Godsmack in the middle?
Somewhere Kruger's kicking his breaking his foot right now.
All right.
That guy.
I'll take his other thumb and shove it up his ass. All right. So our next
fucking guy.
Let's get into Dark Side of the Ring.
Let's get into it.
All right.
Let's talk about missing eyeballs. Put them back in.
Allegedly.
Dark Side of the
Not
Ring.
the eyeball, the other.
Season 3, episode 3, Big Van Vader. All right. So I was very excited for this episode. I thought it was a little bit lacking, if I'm being honest, and we'll get into that.
So did Kruger. I want to see if you guys are of the same reason why.
Well, we'll kind of start at the beginning, but we can skip ahead a little bit and just say, in general, they sort of pretend like he did nothing in wrestling after his WWF run, and that is
it wasn't the dark side though.
Yeah, they didn't really pretend. They just didn't mention it because it didn't fit their narrative.
No, they directly said like never was prominent again, and I was like, he did quite a bit in Japan,
but in WWE or WCW at the time.
That's being prominent in Japan is not prominent in the States. To the average wrestling fan, that means nothing.
I will have to fight you on that because
you can fight me all you want.
That's not indie wrestling. I mean, he wrestled in front of tens of thousands of fans.
Yes.
Money.
In the States, though, it don't mean shit. I agree. I fucking love New Japan wrestling. I love all of it, really. But like when they're over there, a lot of the people here don't pay attention to it.
Doesn't matter
because it's not WWE or WCW at the time. Even TNA.
It's not American wrestling. It's not prominent in the States. Now, if they could have made that a little bit clearer so the fucking Dans wouldn't get all fucking panties in a bunch and said in the States.
I just felt like it was disrespectful to his legacy because this wasn't.
This isn't about respecting Vader's legacy.
He didn't go from WWF to
Dark Side of the Ring. What was dark about him having a good run in Japan?
They act like he didn't after the fact,
but they didn't need to. They said where he was, where it happened. They just didn't say because they didn't say he had a great run and great matches.
I felt like they should have highlighted that a little bit.
But that's not what the show is, Dan.
Yeah.
Well,
they don't really end on a bright side.
You want a career documentary. That's not what this was.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying like you at least tell the story of the rise. That wasn't the fall yet. I mean, starting obviously, but the fall came after.
He was never prominent again in the States after what happened in WWE.
In the States, yeah.
And that's all that matters. For someone who like lives in the place where it's only my world. Yeah, it wasn't a different era. It doesn't matter. It didn't matter.
Watch Clown Show says casuals. Yes, that's the word we're looking for.
Yes.
Well, fuck it then. I wanted a little bit of like.
Okay, no, that's fine, but but you have to understand, Japan doesn't matter to the casuals. The average person watching Raw back then gave zero shits about Japan. Yes, there were fucking people like you.
I didn't even know about it.
There were people like me you were tape trading that were getting different stuff, but we weren't casuals. We weren't the people that this is like made for.
Well, I maintain what I said. I do think that they should have covered the full.
Then you wanted a Tales from the Territory, not a Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah, JG
and we were bitching last season about them being too much Tales of the Territory, and now that we're doing Dark Side of the Ring, you're bitching. Internet wrestling fan.
You could have with a minute or two. But I will say, some of these people that think like Japan, it's like indie wrestling. I'm like, dude, like there's been events there that have had 60,000 plus people.
Okay, Dan, you're just trying to defend that. Okay, do they cover? Yeah, absolutely. That falls on the dark side. It was 100% covered.
We're skipping.
We don't have to. Go ahead, Dan.
But all right, so they do give him a little bit of respect at the beginning, because Vader was. If you're a fan of wrestling and you like big men, Vader's in the conversation for the best of all time.
Yeah, Kruger's huge fan. I don't know where he puts him in his ranking, but I know he's high.
I think Bigelow's 1. I think Vader's 2. But
I
don't
know
quote me.
Yeah, I don't want to get this wrong, but yeah,
he might be my number 1. He definitely was for a long time.
For me, I love Bam Bam, but Vader, by all means, is my favorite big guy. When he came out, when I first saw that fucking image of him with the helmet or the mastodon, whatever the fuck. I was like, "Whoo, that is cool as fuck!" And then it shot out fucking fog. I was like, "Yes, this guy's awesome!" And then he could fucking go. And like, I believed everyone he beat up got beat the fuck up. Like,
yeah,
he worked snug, so he did. Oh, Ben Grimm, did it cover Boy Meets World? No, but
wouldn't be a dark side.
Although I hear that set might have been pretty shitty, so who knows, that might get.
Well, there was another savage on the set, so.
You think they slapped him in the face when he forgot his line?
But no, Vader's look is cool. He has the colors I like, black and red. Sometimes he added purple, which is also a taker, so that's cool. But yeah, he like the hand gesture, everything worked, and he was fucking cool and intense, man.
And he was from the hood.
Yeah. He didn't fuck around.
Which is weird because he says Compton a lot, but I mean, it's basically the fucking same. What was he, Linwood? Yeah. I don't know if he was born in Linwood or lived in Compton, but he always mentions Compton. Maybe just because that's what people will understand what that means.
That's probably it. Well, I'll behave because at one point it was a nicer area.
My mother out on making him the third member.
I wish I knew what street he was off because my mom was in Compton at the same time.
Oh, she could hung out with Vader. That's badass.
I haven't done it, but I want to look up what set like.
Hell yeah, you should.
If we stay there, what color would I be wearing right
now? Well, Vader clearly. Super.
That's awesome. Yeah, so I mean, like this episode, they kind of talk a lot about like his early home life, the home invaders that got into his house and how that kind of affected his the guy that he became.
Grandpa said, "Do what you got to do."
Yeah. They go over his football career and everything, how he got the Baby Bull nickname, and they gloss over that fairly quick. I mean, violent, alcoholic childhood. That's kind of sadly a theme in a lot of these episodes. But Stan Hansen and showing Vader the ropes. Talk about a bad motherfucker. Stan Hansen was, man, he's leveled.
No Dick Murdoch, but
we'll get to Dick Murdoch in the next episode. But they kind of talk about him learning the ropes from, I mean, Stan Hansen and Bruiser Brody, like, yeah.
Imagine learning from those two.
Right?
God damn.
Unless they crap their pants, you're doing it wrong.
I'm sure if you're watching the show, you're familiar with those names. But if you are not, these two men will beat the shit out of you for at least the first 3 weeks.
They were men. Everyone living now has a vagina compared to them.
Yeah, these were not guys to be fucked with. And take them at their word and take them very serious.
I'd like to see Stan Hansen review the Minecraft movie. He just hits a lariat on the chicken.
Chicken jockey. He just starts punching motherfuckers out.
Well, you see the one video, they set one guy up for the Doomsday device.
Did somebody actually hit the Doomsday device?
No, but they got set up for it though.
Now, see, you commit like I want that Doomsday device.
Well, they're doing that shit in Irvine over here too now. Goddamn white people.
Todd, I hope they do a retro screen.
I want to see that shit happen at the Magic Johnson thing. Right.
So you kind of understand. He was one of these guys who he made you believe. I meant to.
That's
say
how he was brought up, though. Like the two guys he learned from. Fuck me.
I have a Vader story. I was at a house show, and the main event was Shawn Michaels and Vader. And
oh God! Did you make him cry there too?
I rush up. I mean, I love them both, but I kind of like rush up after the match, and I'm shouting some stuff at Vader that would probably get me kicked out of a WWE event now. Definitely an AEW event.
Michael's like, "Hey, come to the front."
He's walking around talking shit. He's not facing me, but I'm like yelling stuff, trying to get his attention. Vader grabs me by the shirt, and she's like, "Shut the fuck up, kid."
How old are you?
Right into his face. I thought I was gonna die.
Oh yeah.
Luckily, he let me go.
See, I had that moment with Ian Rotten. Mine's a little more real. He could like where we were. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. Thank you, Supreme, for saving me.
Yeah, so what did he say to you? What did you do to him?
I was doing shit to him. I was talking about his mother, how small his penis was. You're the worst brother ever. Yeah, I was like 14, maybe 13, 14 at the time. I had no business being up in that man's face.
Did he put hands on you, though?
He came close. I don't know if he would have did anything, but yeah, whatever. And this was before me and Supreme were cool, but he was like, he helped.
Okay. Yeah, I can imagine that'd be
but
scary.
Dude, Vader grabbing your hand. How old were you at the time, roughly?
I would have been.
That would have been like 96.
Yeah, it's like 10, 11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
like I bet you were a fucking feather.
No, I mean, it was just like, I think.
I fucked up. I'm sorry. It's Vader time. I'm sorry, Leon.
I mean, I was like right up, but like he grabbed my shirt and like pulled me in for the. He was like, "Oh,
that's awesome!" But like, you never forgot it.
Never forgot it. So, damn, Cliff, Jesus Christ.
Cliff Booth, Vader is #1 big man. Had the Bruiser Brody believability, unreal agility, and smelled worse than Dan's breath after going down on Veruza.
Damn. But no, I mean, he was one of the greatest of all time. Yeah,
I wish he would have got the fucking belt in WWE or WF at the time.
You know, I didn't realize all the problems at the time because I'm with you, Dan. I loved Shawn, I loved Vader, so I was all about it. But you could tell, like they weren't clicking. They still had decent matches, and we do touch.
They had some great matches, actually.
Yeah, but you could, but I know everyone likes to blame it all on Shawn, but I think there's a little Vader you can't go stiff in WWE on the fucking top guys. That's someone needs. That's something you should.
But when you're brought up by Brody,
I get that, but.
Can you
imagine? That's all I know.
That infamous moment where Vader didn't hear him and he had to land on his feet for
I remember SummerSlam
flying elbow, kicks him in the face. Can you imagine if Vader just got up and beat the shit out of him? It would have.
I kind of wish he would have. Maybe Shawn Michaels would have.
Well, then Taker would have had to come out.
I mean, that would have been the end of Vader, but I mean, like he would have. Even the 30 seconds it took to get guys in the ring to break it up. I mean, I think he might have ended Shawn.
No,
I mean, booting him in the face like that. Shawn doesn't look good in this.
No, I mean,
but
he was an addict then, so.
And Shawn will fully admit it too.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's ever gone back and apologized to Vader. Maybe there is still some real animosity there. Because recent interviews, I don't ever hear him say anything about Vader.
No, I don't think I don't remember him ever talking about Vader.
That's fucked up. Because like Vader suck.
I think he's probably apologized to Taker and HBK or Taker.
Yeah, and Brett. Yeah.
Well,
that he's done publicly, but like
Rock.
other people.
because he was a dick to Rock too.
Yeah, but I think
The Rock still holds the animosity towards
Yeah.
him. Sean's just playing nice politically to keep his fucking job.
Yeah.
yeah.
He became a no-name black guy on Young Rock. So
Deshaun.
oh, that would have been even funnier.
Rock,
Or they could have just got the other Shawn Michaels and just no sold it. SEAN
Yeah.
Michaels. Don't Google it.
Rock is gonna have like he's gonna just bring in Billy Gunn to run NXT. But yeah, no, I mean they go over that. I mean Shawn Michaels was my hero, but you know, watching it again, it's like, oh god, what a fucking piece of shit. They talk a little bit about the creation of Vader based off of a samurai legend, Antonio Inoki, essentially.
I had no idea that's where it came from. That was cool to learn.
Yeah, and they do talk about, I mean, when he got the eyeball dislodged by Hansen. Holy shit, how do you finish a match? There are guys that want to stop a match over a broken finger these days. Like, can you imagine, like, your fucking eyeball coming out and you still are finishing?
Yeah. Well, when you're, again, I don't want to sound like a broken record here, but when you're brought up by those two individuals and you're breathing, get your fucking ass out there. What do you mean I'm fucking hurt? I'm being a bitch. You can see, right? I got no depth. Wing it.
What did you guys think of his son, Jesse? I kind of felt bad for him.
Fucking love him.
Yeah.
Vader raised a good son while he was there. When he was around, he did a good job. I fucking loved him. He came off so likable. I want to hang out with that guy. So.
Yeah, too bad he didn't do more in developmental, but I don't think it was just wasn't there for Jesse, but seemed like a really cool kid.
Yeah.
I think. And one thing I loved about this episode, Joe Thurman, name you probably won't remember unless you're, really in the weeds with wrestling, but Joe Thurman was the jobber that Vader temporarily paralyzed with the power bomb. And he kind of tells his story. Joe Thurman's looking pretty good. I'll be honest. He actually looks more in shape and healthy than he did back then. But
we don't know how long it took for him to get that way, though. They didn't focus on that.
I feel like we're missing Vader's story to a degree. Obviously, not cool what he did in that match, but
Sean was the asshole, right?
Yeah. Well,
I don't think he did that.
Unlike fucking Vic Grimes, he showed up to the hospital to check on him, so that was nice.
He did, and apparently got cursed out.
Hey, that's understandably like, bro, I can't feel shit. I gotta relearn to walk. Fuck you. JG Michael's asking, do they cover a Cactus Jack match?
No.
They don't cover the ear part, but Mick Foley's throughout the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
He's got like nothing but kind words to say about Vader.
Yeah, that's another thing that is missing, but it's not dark. It's not his dark side of the ring. That's Cactus. That's Mick's. So it's not covered.
Yeah, I think that's more.
It's going to be the complaint. We have a lot of these because it focuses so much. It's just the dark side. Because his whole career, it's going to take way more than 40 minutes.
This did make me want a in-depth Vader docuseries.
There's
a lot of story to tell.
This just scratches the surface, and this is another one of those that I'm sure when we end, we'll all kind of agree with that statement. That it left you wanting more. It didn't feel complete.
For sure. I mean, he really ran into like some of the worst politicians because, of course, they also go over the pre-WWF WCW run, which was fantastic. The Vader matches with Sting, which they don't really go into specifically here, but I mean, you go back now and watch those; they're still amazing. His match with Davey Boy Smith in WCW, fantastic, really underrated. I mean, he was killing it in WCW. If you only know him from WWE, go back and watch that WCW run. It was special.
If you know him from WWE, you probably think of him as Mankind and Paul Bear's lackey, to be honest. I mean, that was really what his run became.
Or a fat piece of shit.
Which they don't also cover either.
Yeah.
Have you noticed a theme with these episodes in general? They're very much more free about saying what a piece of shit Vince is. Like, just
Vince will
Lately,
come up
yes.
again later. Yeah.
they're going harder, though. You can kind of notice that, I think. And there's a couple episodes coming that I think will be even more so.
Well, because now they don't have to worry about not getting that Legends deal.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So
but you
yeah,
notice they're not going to say how much of a piece of shit Triple H is now, or The Rock.
Have they done Ashley Massaro yet?
No.
That is going to be a rough one.
I don't know if it'll be a rough one, but it'll be an interesting one. I mean,
I'm gonna have an erection throughout the whole thing.
I wasn't gonna go that far, but yeah, I wasn't. It sucks she died, but I wasn't like, oh my god, she died. I was like, yeah. No.
I think though delving into that story is going to be, it's going to name some names. It's going to be rough, but just back to Vader. I mean, nearly severing Joe Thurman's spinal cord. I mean, holy shit.
And you see the footage. That was
fucking rough. But there's also that when it's because like in the back, he was going over what they were doing, and he seemed like a nice, gentle man at the time. When that bell rings, when it's showtime, some workers snap.
I know a few.
Yeah.
I think
it's
them off at the beginning.
I think you got pissed. I don't think so. I think it's just that intensity is like it's go time, and it does become fucking.
Well, if that's the case, Sean wouldn't have made him cry.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay.
You better jump, motherfucker, was his first thing. Then come here, you little piece of shit. And like he was just like saying shit to him right before he dumps him on his head. I mean,
I'm pretty sure he did something that annoyed him, got him in that zone, and it didn't come out till later.
Yeah,
I mean, that's my guess.
Told him what spots he wanted to do, and he just knew Jack.
That doesn't work for me, brother.
Speaking of pieces of shit, Hulk Hogan started to run into those issues. Hogan didn't like working with him, did everything he could to fuck him. No selling power bombs.
Top guys just didn't like him, I guess.
Dude, part of me is wondering why the fuck, because like when Hogan popped up, he was supposed to stay down. Vader, just put him down. What's the worst that could happen?
Well, you're gonna get fired.
Yeah,
I mean, you're done.
Fuck it at that point. But then I could take his spot.
If you just humbled Hulk Hogan, like you just started slapping the shit out of him,
Hulkamania would have been dead.
Remember when they wanted to fire Regal for making Goldberg have an actual match?
That is a funny match to watch too. It's like do something, and he's like smacks in the face. But that one, I'm still.
That needs to go into the Hall of Fame. That match.
Man. We got to talk about that too, because I don't know if it's matches. It says moments. So, like, is it the whole match or just the blood from the stone where the shirt came from?
I think it's the
match.
I think the moment.
It says moment.
But I think the moment is the match. I think that's their wording. So they can do a segment if they want to. They can do the Austin speech if they wanted, the 316.
Yeah.
That's a moment. So the match would, I think that they word it that way so it can be a match. So.
Okay.
My thoughts, at least.
But, I mean, Paul Orndorff kind of proved he was a badass.
Gimp arm and all. When he had the tiny arm, when he was like fucking Scary Movie 2.
He's like fucking Taz and RVD.
KO'd him and then like was like curb stomping him with floppers on.
Yeah. That's I love Vader, but like that image is kind of cool.
They don't call him Mr. Wonderful for nothing. That was and apparently he just never really got over that. I guess that was just a really rough moment. You know, one thing, it wouldn't make sense here, but another great Vader story is basically saving Sid's life after Arn Anderson shanked him. Vader was the one who stuffed his fingers basically into Sid's wound and maybe saved his life. Like, it was another cool Vader moment. But
hopefully we'll hear that on the Sid dark side.
Which has to be coming, right?
Does he have like a I don't know that there's much of a dark side.
He got stabbed by fucking another wrestler, Dan. Broke his leg in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
Died of cancer, I think it was.
Yeah,
so like
there's a dark side for Sid.
Yeah, I guess so. He was never like a drug guy though or anything.
So that's the only dark side is the drug.
Honestly, that is most of them. I mean, I hate
that.
To say
That's the
a factor.
Yeah.
You also have
But I would
get the Benoit
episode. Benoit goes a little darker than most.
Well, we got
Damian Hernandez for the win. I hope WWE puts the match where Vader almost lost his eye and Ray and Seth are the guys inducting. That is pretty funny.
That would be funny. I don't think we're gonna see Benoit's title win go in there. They should just have Regal do it.
Oh my god, that'd be fucking hilarious, dude.
Chris Benoit. Well, he was a great wrestler.
Well, they can't put the end of WrestleMania 20 at all, even though Eddie's there.
I just want the edit where it's just like him hugging the air and just Eddie's there.
AI, it's gonna be the Black Shawn Michaels from the Young Rock.
That's awesome. But yeah, no, this one goes really hard on Vader, on HBK. I mean, HBK threatening to get him fired, complaining about his body odor, like just really.
I will co-sign that. If wash your gear. I understand like some it's like luck and tradition, but don't be funky. Come on.
That is an issue with some guys, if I'm being honest.
We've heard the speech in person.
Wash your culo.
Now that guy's on national TV.
With a dirty ass, so that's cool.
They do go over the Kuwaiti Cup tournament, which was really cool, and that's where Vader.
I remember that.
I do, man. That little shit, like the look in his face. I remember around the same time I got grabbed by him too.
Like I've been in those shoes. I love the fact that Taker's just there going, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Vader always said that they were cued into it, as far as like the producers, like, you know, go crazy and like make this a big thing. But I guess the announcer wasn't cued in on it, so it kind of became a thing. Can you imagine if he tried to like bump him though?
If he would have Belzered him?
Yeah.
He would not have come home after this. How many was it? 2 weeks, something like that?
Yeah, it was
a while. Like that's scary as fuck.
WWE just ditched and pieced out.
It's kind of awkward, like Vader gets petted. How do you like Ahmed Johnson? There goes my thunder. He did win that tournament, though. I remember actually having a tape of that tournament. But yeah, Vader. There are some clips because I mean Vader's not been gone all that long of him talking about some of this. I cannot believe that he did the big fat piece of shit promo. Like, I think I would
believe he did it. He did.
He did it.
No, I know he did it.
Like, go fuck yourself. I would have just gone out there and get a basic promo. Like, I don't know.
JG Michael, I want a Public Enemy dark side. I'll take it.
Do you remember I remember doing it. Booed him out of fucking XPW when they showed up.
Oh, yeah. I was actually one of the people that was excited to see them, but you know, I saw how the fucking wind was blowing. I'm like, oh, that's fun. I'll boom a little bit.
Booed him out of the goddamn building.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So yeah, they talk after that. I mean, they get into his pill addiction and health issues, and I mean, at this point, I think Jesse looks really good. Seemed to take care of him till the end.
Yeah.
And hell of a career. Gone too soon, although lasted longer than a lot of guys in wrestling. So
I just think his WWE run it didn't feel like it was meant to be. He was still a different kind of wrestler.
He was, and I mean there was the weight issues and everything. I mean, but again, I will maintain, watch some post WWF stuff with Vader. Don't think it's all bad.
I did like him part of Paul Bear's little group with Mankind and Vader. I did enjoy that. I mean, I didn't realize. I mean, and that obviously wasn't the Vader of the golden era. I think I always felt like he was older than he was at the time.
Yeah. I agree. He always seemed like an older dude, but also he worked older.
Yeah, and you're right, he did. And I don't know, maybe it's hard to date a ginger, like age a ginger, I should say. Get the right age.
Well, the wife would say date one too.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Back then he was also getting older, or what is considered older for the time in wrestling when he came to WWF. Now, the age wouldn't even matter.
Also a big man, though, that was working a style that was very rare at that point. And, it's going to take its toll on you. So, but,
not everyone can work like Akeem and get through it all. So it's all right. Definitely in the conversation for one of my favorite big men.
Hell yeah, one-man gang.
No. I said specifically Akeem, the African Dream.
He did a little more as one-man gang.
But he said
it's the same guy, Todd.
It's not the same gimmick. It's not the same. That's like saying, well, Diamond Stud was the shit. No, Razor Ramon was, Dan. Shut the fuck up.
Damn. You mean
Scott Hall guy?
I'm a Razor. But...
I like the accent.
All right. So
before we move on, Vader's the fucking man.
Absolutely.
Watch this, but also just go ahead and seek out some of his other shit because he did do more, and it's very informative or very cool to learn what he did. This one kind of on the later parts of his life didn't really cover, but Vader's the shit. J.G. Michael, he claimed in interviews that doctors told him the way he worked should led to his heart exploding in the ring. You think he was working when he said that, or carnying? He's probably hoping for it.
Yeah,
he seems like one of those.
He did say at one point that that's how he wanted to go out, was in the ring. So, I mean, he was still working matches when he, pretty much got his diagnosis. So, like, he didn't stop. I did pop. I mean, let's not forget, he did step foot in a WWE ring one more time against Heath Slater.
Yeah.
And I popped like crazy.
Was that when he was super big at the time?
He was bigger.
No.
I mean,
there was one I remember, and it may not have been that match. It may have been one before. They may have brought him back for like a Raw, like old school or 2000. And I remember he came back and he was
run-in thing, or something.
And he was really big.
Oh. Wasn't the Hall of Fame? With I fucking love. He was inducting somebody. And he took the time.
No, it was definitely he had a TNA match as well. I don't think it was TNA because I remember running on.
I don't remember the TNA.
Yeah, they brought him in as like almost like a bounty hunter. I don't know if it was with Gangrel was with Viscera for that story, but I know what you're talking about. And I don't know
Ministry of Darkness,
but
no.
I can't remember exactly what he did, but yeah, there was a second thing. But the Heath Slater match was fun.
Yeah, that was his last WWE thing.
Yeah.
I remember being super excited for that too.
Yeah, he wasn't moonsaulting at that point, but he was able to get his shit in.
It was just fucking Vader. It's just cool to see him.
Yeah. All right, let's get to our next episode. Dark Side of the Ring, Tony Atlas. Too much, too soon. I
like Tony.
Loves his, I guess shoes.
Shoes, yeah. And being walked on.
Yeah.
Edward Danzig. What up? And he had a shirt that says walk on my chest. So upper body.
So we get into this episode. Tony Atlas is a weird one because like he's somebody that I really kind of like the better part of his career. I kind of followed later. because the first time I saw him was Saba Simba, which
I remember that was weird. And I'm glad they brought that up because I remember that was just weird. Like it was like in Piper, we'll get to that, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we can jump around. It doesn't matter. I
but when we did it on the last one, Dan's like, no, we got to start at the beginning. How come now it doesn't matter? Fucking Dan.
Fuck it, God. Fuck it.
I'm telling the boss.
Watching that debut, it felt like they brought him back to make fun of him. I mean, for no other reason.
I think it's a combination because that's what they were doing at the time.
Yeah, they were making over the top characters. Like for me, I didn't find it offensive, but also I'm a weird fucking that area is weird with me. I like it just seemed like, oh, we're gonna, because I didn't know Tony Atlas before that. Like he just didn't register to me.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this guy looks like Lion King. This is cool. Oh, this is not working? Boo. I'm all in for shit like this.
I think the problem with it though is like usually they don't acknowledge your previous gimmick. That's Tony Atlas. And it's like, what are you doing? You've totally killed what minimal chance this has at succeeding. Now, Tony Atlas did say, and we get into this episode, I mean, he was homeless and looking to self-delete. Like he was not in a good headspace. And he did say the Saba Simba thing probably saved his life at that point because
I mean, timeline wise, he was already off the streets though. He was gotten his life together, and
he was, but
back to that.
Money,
no, but he was working. He had a job at that time. I think it saved his life in the business more than anything. He was he would have took any, like he said, he would have played a pink gorilla if they offered it to him. He didn't care.
Yeah,
he's also kind of touched. So
after the incident being hit in the head,
which
but, we will talk about. But his wife is a wonderful lady.
Yeah,
love her to death.
Must be okay with all the foot stuff.
He passed away.
The wife?
No, Tony did.
Oh.
Like not that long ago, which I thought was weird. They didn't even mention. Let me make sure I'm not tripping.
Tony Atlas is still with us, Pugs.
I don't think so, dude.
He is.
Yeah.
Tony Atlas.
Then which black one died? Because I was really bummed out.
Don't kill off Tony Atlas.
No, I don't want to. I love that man.
He's still alive.
I'm incorrect. Okay.
Not only still alive, but still wrestles.
Tony, we need to interview you. Come on. I thought you were dead.
Yeah.
I want to talk to you. I want to talk to your wife.
That's a great way to kick off an interview. I thought you were dead.
Hey.
Damn.
No, I fucking love Tony.
Yeah, that his wife Monica, who he still takes care of, not in good health herself, but she is in the episode. This episode really makes you like Tony Atlas.
I loved him before, but yes, he's so open about his kinks or fetishes. But although he doesn't acknowledge it's a fetish, he's just cool all around, and he's just honest. And he has that accent where I just like him.
He acknowledges it's a fetish because he says people didn't.
Did he say fetish?
He said people didn't understand what fetishes were back then.
Yeah,
but he says not a sexual thing.
Yeah,
it can be a fetish and it doesn't need to be sexual. That's not.
I thought that was tied together.
It doesn't have to be, but
it kind of is if we're being
honest. But like ASMR is not a fetish, also.
But Dan lumps it together too. So
I don't know. ASMR is kind of. I don't get that one, so I can't say.
So Dan doesn't get it. That's the way it works.
He says in the episode, I didn't jerk off or anything like that. So it's different. Teddy Long does. I'm surprised he wasn't on this episode. He tells a funny story about him working out with Tony Atlas, and there's like he said old, like in her 80s, 85, some like old lady walks by and like Tony like looks at her feet and like just kind of nods at him. Tony, she's 80 years old.
Hey,
like, I don't want to fuck her. I just like her shoes. If you can find that clip, it's pretty funny. But yeah, no, comes off as just such a nice guy. I mean, he's responsible for some of his downfall. I mean, you can't.
He's responsible for all of it.
Yeah. He had the opportunity to become the first fucking black champion, and he chose to go look at some shoes.
I kind of question that because I don't think it was a title match that he had. It was just like they were maybe kicking that around a little bit.
Either way, the opportunity is there. you're making money. There's two doors, and you chose the wrong one, bro.
No, definitely. I mean,
call.
He was one of those guys. If you go back and look at his stuff, pre Saba Simba, like he was ahead of his time. He looked like $1 million. I mean, he was upstaging Rocky Johnson. They do get into that.
That's the Tony Atlas I knew. I remember when he was tag champion. That was the first tag champion I remember. I also didn't understand how big of a deal it was until I really watched this. Because I think even at that age, I mean, it wasn't. I didn't realize it was, so groundbreaking.
Yeah, when Tony broke it down, like, oh, I've been here for a year. You've been here for 10, but they're giving you the belts because of me. Like, that's fucked up. When you think about it in those terms. But yeah, different time.
One had a better. One made up for it with this seed, I guess.
Yeah, you got there, dude. Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Now it's Tony Atlas's was Rocky Johnson's tag partner.
Yeah. Well, I mean, great tag team ahead of their time. We also talk about his tag team with Tommy Rich. Another really cool dude if you ever get a chance to meet him. But
we're getting to Dan's relatives meeting.
That's
that was fucking. I loved it.
How to read so good.
Dick Murdoch, not a nice guy.
No.
Was an active Klan member at that time.
Who had his robe or whatever it is. Damn, what are they called? In his bag along with his wrestling gear.
That was like now that story is kind of wild. I mean, again, if he did anything about it, that would have been the end of him. But
my favorite part was like
I should tell the full story though.
Well, that's why I'm going to do this part first before you get to that, because you're leaving out this part. And probably you would have anyway. Because he brings up the fact like people didn't call him by his name in the locker room. It was a different word. And it was just he took it. We're not saying the N-word, but it was the N-word. Yeah. That that's just what was every locker room. He was the one black guy in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
So
and he got paid.
And he didn't give a shit.
That made it okay. Although his mom did teach him not to take shit, but for a paycheck, I can let some shit slide.
It was also choose your battles. Choose your
battle. Yes.
But yeah. And so Dick Murdoch said, there's some friends that would love to meet you, and gave him a flyer for a rally. And Tony Atlas, because he's dyslexic, really didn't.
He's also very nice and trusting, and also he could fight. So whatever.
I feel like there'd be some question. I mean, there's probably a little more to it, but I think I'd ask like, oh, yeah, cool. Like, what do you mean? Like fans or like what are we talking about here? Why am I getting in my car to go meet?
Hey man, he said there's a party. I'm down.
Yeah. And Tommy,
so we're all just hanging around here. Oh, just one of us?
Damn. Tommy Rich pulls up. This guy that greeted him with a shotgun. And yes, Tony, it's a Klan meeting. The story is pretty wild. Obviously, you'd like to see him just go back and beat Dick Murdoch's ass, but that would have been the end of his entire career at that point.
And we don't know if he didn't eventually, because what did Tony say in the episode? And episodes previously, I'm the guy that if I didn't whoop you the first time, I will see you tomorrow. Something tells me Tony got his.
He very well may have. Dick Murdoch, I mean, yeah, not. I don't know. Maybe he's responsible for Hogan. I don't know.
Damn, Hogan's not that bad.
Eric Bischoff was just wondering. He's like, why do you want Dick Murdoch in the NWO? But yeah, no, Tommy Rich. I think he was on at least one other previous Dark Side of the Ring. I can't remember, but he tells some great stories. I mean, again, considering the difficult life that he had and still to a degree has now, he's a really humble guy. Like, it's a very positive episode. He's just Gerald Briscoe talks about seeing him at a show, and he's like in his gear, and it's like, Tony, are you wrestling? And he's like, yeah, got to pay the bills. And he didn't seem bitter about it.
He's still strong as fuck. So
yeah,
different generation. That's a hard-working man right there.
Oh,
not afraid to work either.
Yeah.
Once he hit that rock bottom, he stopped taking that shit for granted. But I mean, they talk about how some black athletes go. I mean, they just spend it like there's no tomorrow, and he fell into that trap.
You want to live like a king or
be rich,
or be rich. I want to live like a king.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be rich.
I mean, I get that, but yeah, it's just one of those things.
They do show some footage, and of course, they do go over his return to WWE, which I enjoyed. I thought Tony Atlas was really entertaining with Mark Henry and
that one. I thought we were talking about the first return.
Abraham Washington and like
the talk show, yeah.
The last return, I should say. Mark Henry obviously thinks the world of him.
That was cool on him to bring Tony in. Like, that was around the time where I wasn't like religiously watching wrestling, or I was kind of checked out. So I was like, oh, I fucking forgot he was there. How long was his run there with Mark Henry? He wasn't there that long, right?
That was an ECW.
Yeah, but it wasn't that long, right?
I mean, yeah, between the Abraham Washington and Mark Henry thing, I mean, it couldn't have been more than a couple of years.
Yeah, there was
it was years.
Point,
okay.
Yeah, there was a certain point I couldn't watch ECW anymore.
Yeah, it wasn't ECW. I was like, this is not what I signed up for.
Yeah, I mean, he might have been under contract a little longer. It's hard to say exactly how long.
Years, though. Okay.
I want to say he was around a couple years. Like, there may have been a point where he wasn't doing anything and just collecting a check. But, I mean, he even wrestled a little bit. There's footage of a match he had with Evan Bourne. That was a match that took place. And Tony didn't look too bad for an old guy in that one. So, yeah, they go over. I mean, obviously they saw something in him. I mean, getting to Gorilla Press Hulk Hogan and pin him, foot on the rope or not, like,
that's still a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, Hogan didn't take a lot of L's in his entire career, really, when it comes down to it. So, yeah, that's really cool. I think it celebrates him. Watching it, I'm like, fuck. I mean, he's still charismatic and funny, and I
would watch a show with him. They need to give him a reality show. He's great.
He was great on Legends House. They did show some clips from that.
Yeah,
they showed that they throw the shoe at him. Too bad. They could have had the big moment where he comes out. He has a foot fetish, but no, they did that for the other one.
That was like the
That's the most fucked up thing too. Piper just sitting in the corner like, you motherfucker.
Pat Patterson, I gotta tell you guys something. It's like, I'm gay. This was widely known, Pat. Yeah, I think Piper had that Han Solo moment. I know.
He's like, motherfucker, I know that shit firsthand.
Wouldn't it be?
I remember.
They're all doing reveals.
And writing the time down again.
They're all doing.
I'm not asking you, Dan. There's nothing that needs to get censored.
Well, I
was making fun of you. Well, why? Now it's going to confuse me.
Well,
I don't even know what 40 minutes is for at this point, to be honest.
I don't know.
Tell me later.
You did.
I think I said something.
I did. I think he was anticipating when I said something about them
calling.
calling
I think it was Bugs.
Yeah, it was me.
Okay, that's.
I don't remember what.
Well, I'll get a surprise at 40 minutes.
This is why you watch live.
But yeah, watching this again, I'm like, man, I feel like Jake Roberts has a contract in 2025 doing something. Put Tony Atlas with someone. You know what? I've got it. If you're gonna keep him around, maybe he can make Apollo Crews interesting.
No thing can do that.
I'd be a little more interested with Tony Atlas.
Just throw him with the Hurt Locker on AEW. There you go.
Oh, Hurt Syndicate. Fuck yeah.
What is that?
Too nice for that though. He's too nice for that. I you know what? Let him co-host with Big E, whatever the fuck he's doing. Isn't he doing some shit? Doesn't Big E have a new show?
I'm not.
If he does, I'm not watching it.
Yeah, I'm not either. But if Tony, you know what? Put Tony Atlas on there. I'll check it out. I like Tony. Not that I don't like Big E, but it's just Tony's fucking the shit.
I want to see him back.
That's too positive for me. That's double the positivity.
Just have him wandering backstage. He just goes up to Xavier Woods. It's like, do you think I can have Paige's shoes?
I like that. Although him and fucking R-Truth would be pretty funny.
Just this segment alone.
Yeah, but we don't need to have all the time. Just one time.
Just give him a gig. Let him have a payday.
If Ron Killings isn't the one who beats John Cena for that title, I'm going to be so.
You know what? They could use Tony Atlas's story. Have John Cena beat the shit out of R-Truth so bad that he turns into Malik Shabazz. He teams up with the Street Profits. They become actual Street. Fucking awesome.
They bring back the West Siders.
Yeah. Get from NXT, Wesley and the other two black kids. They look thuggish.
Yeah. Just pick one. Like there's put them with somebody. Or just have them.
Dan, watch the pick word.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would just be funny to have on TV again. And I think like with some of the Hall of Famers, like we don't just have to show them in a crowd. Give them something.
Did you not pop for the Slave Park Bugs when he brings up the master and slave in the S&M?
Oh, the BDSM.
He's like, but they don't like me using that word no more. I was dying. I was like, fucking Tony.
Because he's like, but that's what it is. Yeah, Tony's the shit, man. I love that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. For Dark Side of the Ring,
Jericho,
JG.
get the fuck out of here. Fucking you start narrating everything.
JG, for a Dark Side of the Ring, this was a pretty positive one. He had super low lows, but he came out on the other side, and he's probably better for it than if he would have. He even said that if he would have, got the run and kept going with the money, he probably wouldn't be here today.
No, it's more likely that he wouldn't. Yeah. So, yeah, it worked itself out. So I think we covered most of that. Are you guys ready to talk about? Well, I have not watched this, but WrestleMania 9 becoming a spectacle, a doc, which
you should watch this, Dan. It's fucking awesome.
I'm not even fully packed yet, so
Well, read the next part, Dan.
Okay.
A never-before-seen look at the world's largest toga party in Las Vegas, including the backstage drama from the first outdoor WrestleMania.
Okay, so if you don't know, and Dan, you don't, so I'm going to fill you in. So this, basically, they decided, for some reason to document all of this, because it was, the outdoor event. They were doing something different, and
First
they
time
just
branching out, yeah.
And they never any real plan to do anything with the footage. And I'm glad they did, because we got this out of it. But before we jump into that, I'm going to ask this. Okay. And Dan, you can participate in this part. WrestleMania 9. Did you guys see age-wise? You guys watched on
July.
Tape. Okay. Dan?
Yeah. No, I do believe I did watch this. I mean, I was young, but
93, dude. You're like 6.
Yeah.
No,
I definitely watched it. I mean, it's
9.
early.
No.
Well, either way, taped or live, I mean, it was a different WrestleMania. It wasn't the first one you watched, obviously. I'm just guessing you'd seen.
Honestly, I was super young, but I remember 7. Watching it live.
But I mean, it was a different feel. I remember watching it live because, I'm old. I'd watch every WrestleMania live. Well, not the first 3. I didn't watch them live. I watched them as soon as they came out. 4 was my first watching WrestleMania live.
Oh, that's cool.
What were your thoughts? I mean, it's such a different look. It had a totally different feel. We had new it was the debut of Jim Ross. It was just a different feel.
I
don't mean the content of it too, because we'll get to that. But
Well, for me, they already had like the in your houses, so like I expected a big set.
Okay.
I was always surprised when it wasn't. I was disappointed when it wasn't. So that for me was.
I wouldn't call in your house a big set, but
you know what I mean. Like it's flashy. It wasn't just an entrance ramp. Like they did stuff. But for me, I love the spectacle. I was like, this is cool. And Undertaker had a fucking vulture.
He was through
yeah, that was hilarious too. But broad strokes at the moment. I did hate I was not a Hogan kid. I wanted Brett, and I was fine with Yoko fucking taking it home. I was like, he's back.
I wanted Yoko to keep it, but
yeah, actually, that's probably what I wanted more. But at the time, I think I don't remember. What was it? Yeah, but I thought it was cool. Before we get too far, seeing Nick Khan as a fucking usher, that's wild.
Yeah,
so Dan, Dan, it's towards the end. Nick Khan was an usher, and now he runs the whole fucking thing. Like that's fucking crazy.
That is really, that's really cool. I didn't know that. The card in general, which I can, speak to. Obviously, I've seen it. I had mixed feelings even as a kid. I will say huge highlights. Steiner Brothers versus the Head Shrinkers is a great tag team match. I love that. I remember watching that a lot. Also, Sensational Sherry looking phenomenal, accompanying Tatanka versus Shawn Michaels with Luna. I liked it. I mean, Undertaker and Giant Gonzalez, I knew that was garbage. Even back then,
I completely forgot like it was a disqualification victory. I was like, because I remember Undertaker throwing him out of the ring.
Whenever they show the clips, they purposely do the last spot after the match is done.
Yeah. Because like that's what's ingrained. Because after I was like, oh, that's right. That's bullshit.
Not a great WrestleMania by any stretch, but
it had its ups.
It's a spectacle, though.
Yeah, but that's not really what the doc was about. The Hogan thing was a whole fucking shit show.
But Bruce Pritchard explaining the Giant Gonzalez's outfit is fucking hilarious. Yeah. It's like, I know it sounds like I'm saying the same thing, but it's not my brain.
No, you get exactly what he means.
Yes. Because we've all been there like, fuck.
One of the cool things that was learned in this doc, and I'm just letting Dan know this, that there was a dark match and Papa Shango, hometown kid, the guy got to do WrestleMania in front of his, family and all that. So it was a big deal for him.
Let him know that he made it.
And I already forgot who he worked, but
Tito.
That's okay. Yeah. First Tito was the dark match.
Yeah. No, I felt really good for him. And I fucking love Godfather. That dude's cool.
I loved Papa Shango too.
Yeah. But watching all of the guys react to the camera being around, especially Undertaker, just giving him
like you could see a mad dog in that shit.
Dude, I'm like, I don't feel safe. Yeah. But yeah, fucking Brett's like, what's with the camera?
Yeah.
Sean, what's with the camera? Yoko, why are we filming? Undertaker, like you can already tell I'm giving this camera guy shit. Gotta protect the character.
Yeah, like he's not Taker was not happy.
Yeah, fucking Paul Bearer too. He's like, why are we doing this? So the fact that the business was so protected back then was cool because like they're all outside of the ring, sitting there, probably getting ready for like a meeting or something, and the camera's just showing everybody talking to everybody. I'm like, this is weird. Seeing Shane and Vince all young. Learning the old guy's dollar bill.
That was the other thing. They didn't ignore Vince in this. I was kind of worried as we were going in. Like Vince,
they didn't spotlight him as much as they should have, though.
They didn't, but they didn't ignore him.
Yeah,
which I was worried about. Like he's still, as of now, he's still just a pervert.
They have
to be fair, if they cut the perverts out of the fucking WrestleMania 9 video, you'd have about 3 people.
Watching Macho
and, Johnny Polo doing coke.
But Macho Man did accuse Linda McMahon of drinking on the job. That was pretty funny. What you got in there on the rocks?
Yeah, but see Macho Man just be Macho Man backstage was entertaining. I think, if you're a fan of the business, especially in that era, it's really cool to get the curtain peeled back this much.
Yeah, and this is also Shawn Michaels mentioned that this was the first time they had like a backstage brawl on screen where we followed. Who did we follow? Mr. Perfect, and then they showed the trash cans being thrown, and Shawn, Lex Luger. Oh, that was cool. They go over the entrances, and they were talking about how Luger came out, and the girls were getting like the Goldberg sparklers on them because it got so windy that they were getting burned and shit. But it looked cool.
And then, they go over the fact, like, if you know Caesars, that spot was just basically a parking lot that they transformed into what it is. Like, legitimately, it's just.
They show you the layout too.
Yeah.
And they got the gig in the doc by producing that boxing match. Who was it again?
Sugar Ray?
And some white dude.
That's
yeah, but either way, that was the first time they did it, and last, I guess.
Well, yeah, because I was going to say they talk about the like how they were dabbling in the boxing promotion, then they just kind of realized after that fight, there's like no building like for them.
Yeah, and
it's not the same thing.
Yeah, but yeah,
I have good memories of it. I mean, I was young watching it, so I'd say the only thing that I thought was kind of garbage was Undertaker Giant Gonzalez.
You didn't think that finish of the main was garbage?
Well, remember, see, that was weird at that time because
it was garbage.
I wasn't the biggest Hogan guy, but it was just like Hogan wins everything.
They did talk to the crowd after.
Mm-hmm.
Right call.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. Was it the right call? It sent them home happy, but it didn't help anything. It made things more difficult, and they had to.
True, but also Hogan's nonchalantness about that. I got heat, but whatever. It was like,
it was just the time. Hogan was over at that point. I was a Hogan fan up until a point, but that was when he came back and he was all skinny. And I loved Beefcake. I was happy for the tag team match.
Oh, okay.
Like I remember when Beefcake got injured, and I was always a big fan of the Barber, and before that, just straight up Brutus. But
the tides were turning. I mean, he was definitely on his way to getting booed. I mean, it had started to happen, and
it was already on the way. And I think that for me, it was like that. Yeah, like from that point on until he turned heel, like But again, I was also the age. What year was WrestleMania? 93. So I would have 13. I don't know. Something I can't do the math right now.
No, you would have been
93. Oh no, I would have been like 17. Yeah.
So you were noticing all the bullshit. I mean, I mean, if I'm ranking the WrestleManias, of course, this is not going to rank very high. But
I still have a good time with some of the matches. Like this is one that's like there's a lot of crap on it, but there's still some entertaining stuff.
Yeah, Bobby the Brain Heenan coming in backwards on the camel. Come on.
But I mean, that's what this is about. It's the beginning of the spectacle, and that's really what it. I mean, we did go back to the arenas after this, but I mean, this is just the seed of when we're starting.
Yeah. Showed what they can do because like there's a whole production to that. They have running water on their stage set. They had to measure shit. Someone was like, "Why is that not in the center?" And then they tell them like, "Okay, well, I guess this." They just made everything work. I like seeing that shit from start to finish, like building an event. Very, very cool. Very interesting.
Yeah,
especially with the WWE guys. Like, come on, you all know top notch.
I will have to check this out.
I definitely think you'll enjoy.
What's it airing on now?
It's on Peacock. It's a Peacock original documentary.
Okay.
Yeah, it came out last Friday.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I don't think I'm getting it in tonight, but I will definitely
put it on while you pack, dude. It's although it might distract you.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, it sounds a little too.
This is one of those things. If we could see all the footage, I'd just sit there and watch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll make it one point though, and I've heard a few people say this just recently, and oh man, they didn't used to just throw matches on WrestleMania. And I'm like, go back. They absolutely threw a lot of matches on WrestleMania that didn't really have much, if any, build. So I will defend modern wrestling that way. There were a lot of matches that just kind of happened because they needed card.
That's not an excuse for bad booking. Just because it was bad booking.
No,
then.
I'm just saying it's been done. It's not a new thing.
Yeah.
Believe me, I'll have some criticism.
The differences were you didn't have to hear a bunch of whiny fucking marks bitching about it 24/7, 365, which I'm sure we'll get in a minute.
Man.
So before we do other events, what are you guys watching?
Yeah, well,
WrestleMania week besides.
God.
Yeah, I'm gonna
rundown.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna pull out. Like right now is the WWE ID Championship Tournament. It might be done. It started at 5.
That's today. Oh, shit, I thought that was on Thursday.
No, that one's today. Starting tomorrow, what do we got tomorrow? Tomorrow we got a bunch of stuff. There's
real quick, Todd, is that ID one going to be streaming anywhere?
All this is streaming on Triller, formerly Fight TV.
Okay.
The night one, which is tonight's, is sponsored. It's GCW presents. And then we have I don't know if I'm going to get to all these. Tomorrow at 3 is the WrestleCon Super Show, so I'll probably pop that on, which also is on Triller TV. If you have Triller Plus, that's everything but the next one. Tomorrow is also TNA Unbreakable, live from Vegas. That one isn't on Triller Plus, but you can buy it on Triller. It's only $10, so it's a reasonable one. At 8 o'clock, though, is GCW Bloodsport 9. And isn't, what's her name on that? Natty?
Natalia's there. Regal's kid. I feel bad for saying Regal's kid. Karrion Kross is going
Charlie
Dempsey, yeah. I fucking like him, too. But
yeah, he's good.
And then, obviously, tomorrow at 5, we have SmackDown. 7 o'clock, not a fan of Joey Janela, but I will be watching 7 o'clock GCW Joey whatever, pink hair, spring break. And Sabu's last match, so I gotta watch it.
Yeah,
that's why I paid for the month of Triller. I'm gonna watch his last match.
Oh man, when you're out there with that hip replacement, I can't imagine he's gonna do his old offense. But
that's why I gotta see it.
Yeah,
I gotta see what happens. That's Friday at 7, Pugs.
Okay.
Then also the second night of the ID Championship Tournament. This one's presented by FSW. That's a Vegas promotion. That one's going to be at 8:30. Same night, Hall of Fame, 10 o'clock. Saturday, you guys know Stand and Deliver is at 10.
Yes. That's one I'm excited for the most.
1 Eastern. And then WrestleMania. 11 p.m. on the West Coast. 1 a.m. on the East Coast.
Jesus.
GCW Clusterfuck. This is the one that's got like Big Joe, Lou Nixon, Maven, who they're all super excited
Maven?
they're all super excited
to shoot on his ass.
His YouTube channel has gotten extremely popular.
Does Triller do replays? Yes, they do. You can watch them immediately. None of that Peacock bullshit either, where you got to wait, or if you wait too long, you can't start it. Yeah. So then there's my note to cancel Triller TV. I don't want to pay for next month.
Oh yeah. Before Ben Grimm also mentioned that AEW Collision is this Thursday instead of the Saturday like normal. Yeah. That's right.
Well, that's probably smart of them. So I will not be watching.
I will eventually.
I can't. I've just given up on it. I watch NXT now though, so look at me.
Hell yeah, La Primera, dude. Fuck. I'm so excited for that match, the 4-way.
Yeah.
Wait, what else?
So yeah, that's some. There's a lot more. Those are just the ones I have some interest in that I'm going to try to catch.
You didn't mention the roast on Sunday after WrestleMania.
Well, that's
Tony Hinchcliffe. Yes, that's going to be.
Well, we can't watch it though. That's the thing. I couldn't.
Oh, really?
No, it's you only there live. It's like the Undertaker
this whole time
thing.
I thought it was going to be streamed.
No.
Huh. Oh well, then fuck that thing. Who cares?
Here's the question, though. What do you think they told him is off limits? Because I'm sure they said, please do not bring up Vince McMahon shitting on people.
If it's not being fucking streamed, I go
Somebody's
for it.
gonna film it. I mean,
they can do phone locks if it's in a small venue. That's not hard. They do that at concerts all the time now. If WWE doesn't want it out, did they do phone lockdowns on Taker's show?
Yeah, actually they did. And now that
Then
you brought that,
they're going to do
phone as fuck.
Yeah, so there's not going to be footage. So they may not give him restrictions.
oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about. If they're
I
going to
mean,
do phone
bravo, because I will say, if you're at a live show, put down the fucking phone.
I don't have a problem with like locking phones. Like people get so fucking weird about it.
I get annoyed by it. Just tell me. Well, also I follow directions for the most part. Like I just don't want my phone where I can't access it in case I live in America. In case there's a active shooter. Although it's just a cloth bag, so I could get it if I want to. But still, it's annoying. Like it's an emergency. Open this shit up. Oh shit! Ben Grimm says the NBA playoffs are this weekend. Oh, that's why Collision moved. I thought they were smarter than that. Okay.
Either way, it's a good reason.
TNT, yeah, yeah. Fucking, I'm ready. I like this shit. This season's cool. It's our Super Bowl. We just had a live event that was successful. Had a good time. I'm just in a good mood, I guess.
I've been steeped in wrestling all week.
Man, well, you kind of have to be at the moment, yeah.
Well, no, today's my day off.
Twice.
I gotta do some dookie work.
Oh, okay.
Because apparently Slap Mountain's banned what is it? The slap fights are banned where they are, so now they're going to do chop fights. He needs a new logo.
Oh, okay.
So
I kind of feel like that wouldn't have stopped him, though. Like, I didn't think slap fights were really banned.
Where
he is, it is.
Oh.
But NXT Stand and Deliver. What match are you looking forward to the most, Todd? Since now you're watching the show.
I don't really.
You're not there yet. Okay.
No.
Anyone stand out to you there?
Well, you know who I like.
You mean in the company or on the card?
In NXT, just in that brand.
Oh, you know what?
I don't know you like Todd.
This much. Well, Todd thinks, unless he has it up.
No, I can't think of her name right now. I want to say what she said accidentally.
Jada Parker. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I like her. She's one of the good ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jada Parker, great.
Edward Danzig has a meet and greet ticket for Stephanie Vicaire. I am seriously concerned he's not going to make it to WrestleMania. He might just. There's an opportunity to fucking check the cheeks. He might just do it. I don't blame him. I'll bail him out. Fuck it.
Dude, yeah. Like Stephanie Vicaire, I would drink the bathwater. I mean, she is a goddess. Like, holy shit. And super talented, too. She's going to be a big star.
She is already, dude. Like, whole
crowd. You know who I really don't like? And it's unfortunate because I loved his father. That should give my answer away.
Dempsey?
No.
Oh, okay.
Pillman's kid. Can't stand
him. Yeah, he sucks, doesn't he?
I like at all. Like he's like changing my channel heat.
I don't think he sucks, but he's not going to be a big star. It's just not there. He's a mid-carder. I think he's fine, but yeah.
I still fast forward a lot of NXT.
I gotta be honest with you though. I mean, I know the story's there, but I do sort of feel like that should have been a one-on-one with Trick.
It should.
I think they're worried about the quality those two will have together though. Because I don't know.
And Trick?
Yeah, Trick.
I was at their last one-on-one. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was a three-way.
It wasn't. Yeah.
Thorpe was there, but he came in late.
I think Oba is going to be massive, still just a little green, and I don't think Trick would be able to carry him the same way. So, yeah.
JG Micah, whatever happened to Cody Hall?
He was in Japan, and I don't know if he stopped altogether. I think he might still be working. It just never happened for him. At this point, I'm not so sure that it's going to.
You know who's been? Oh, hold on. Ben Grimm. I heard people are mad that Roxanne Perez is pre-show. They should. She's awesome. After she was in Elimination Chamber.
Well, when I get to
they
like,
had a pivot
yeah.
because they had a pivot because the whole Bailey and Roxanne thing, something fucking happened and they had to scramble and do stuff. I don't think they made the right choice, but whatever.
I have some major issues with the book, but we'll get into that after.
Roxanne Perez is too tiny for me to take her believable.
Shit, I believe her.
She's a girl.
Look at her in person. Ass is wide. It's good shit.
I
almost
get
no wrong, Todd.
I'm not saying for your reasons of enjoying her work and liking her are wrong. I'm just saying for my believability, it's like the
Well, she's not fighting.
Does Alexa Bliss? What do you have the same deal with Alexa Bliss?
No, but she's had a supernatural element.
Okay, I was just asking.
Yeah, if you would have said Liv, I would have been screwed. But
well, she's bigger than both of them. But
is she?
Also, yeah, not by much, but yeah. Cliff Booth says, "Is jacked Sabrina Carpenter on the show? Is that Thea Hale? Because yes,
yeah, she's in the ladder match.
she just came back.
Yeah.
Oh, no, hold on. I hope you're not meaning Jordan Grace because gross.
I think he means Jordan Grace, probably.
Yeah, she's there.
I like Jordan Grace. I don't know what you're
not visually. She's fucking disgusting.
I think if you had put Jordan Grace maybe in the Charlotte Tiffany spot, you might have done a little bit better than what that match rating.
I am excited as fuck for that match for not
maybe
the reasons
the
they
wrong
want.
reasons. Yeah.
Yeah. But whatever we got there, there's money to be made.
I love that they're calling her Cher now.
Do you guys have an issue with one singles match on the entire NXT show? Like, I think it's going to be a great show, but
I'm not a Ricky Starks or Ricky Saints guy.
I hate that guy. He's not gonna. I don't.
He is going to have a very good.
Sure, I think he will because he can politic, but I'm not a fan.
Not at all. Like I don't think
him and his childbearing hips. No, thank you. It's just weird.
Saint Starks. I don't give a fuck what he's called.
I think Ethan Page is going to be a very good heel on the
fucking love Ethan Page. Give him the belt. JG Michael, is Cross on the main card at all? No, but he's probably going to get involved with the AJ and Logan Paul.
Nah, he's off at the indie shows in Vegas.
Or that, yeah. Oh, did you see what he got interviewed and someone asked like, "Oh, are you bummed that you don't have a match on the card?" He's like, "No, because tomorrow I'm gonna wake up next to naked Scarlett Bordeaux." I was like, okay.
That's a good consolation.
WrestleMania every day for
that's
his dick.
That's a good deflecting, but it doesn't answer the question.
His opening statement was no.
He had to believe that match on TV with AJ.
He already knows where his career is at, so he didn't.
I like Cross, man. I want him to do good.
He's just inconsistent in the ring, and there's been some bad booking on top of it, in fairness. But I don't know. He's just not that always dependable in the main event, like to have a main event level match.
But yeah, we got that fucking LA Knight, and he's fucking piece of shit too.
LA Knight is great in the ring.
He's gonna be great when he's on his back staring at the lights this weekend.
Oh yeah, he's definitely.
And I hope that's the last we see of him.
I know, but I'm clearly going for Jacob. That you know what sucks? All of my favorites, like my top favorites, are currently inactive. The Fiend dead. Kane retired. Kevin Owens hurt. I just have Jacob, Penta, and Braun. Breaker, not Strowman. And Ova, but like
actually been used pretty well lately.
Yeah, that's fine. But like for me, I'm like I shouldn't be as excited for WrestleMania weekend like I am right now because
you're
like,
not excited.
I am.
Cena?
No, I don't give a shit about Cena. I don't give a shit about Cody. I don't give a shit about Punk. I'm like I want Seth to win now because he's the only one that's making sense to me. But yeah.
Well, the overall card, I mean, I'm very excited because I'll get to, watch this
Go EO
down there. But okay. So Women's World Championship triple threat, EO, Bianca, and Rhea. I think that's going to very likely be the show stealer. I think that's going to be a fantastic.
I don't know if it'll be a show. It's going to be good though.
I think Bianca's got. I think they need to turn her heel, and she should win it.
We're definitely on that.
I don't know. I'm curious if she makes a good heel.
She was a heel.
That's how she started, and she was really good. We fucking hated her. I think that's why she did so well. Like, you know, when you saw her as a heel.
Maybe I just was introduced to her wrong then, because I've hated her since I've seen her on the main roster.
No, she could be a real bitch, dude.
Stupid fucking hair.
All that's still there.
She was great in NXT as a heel, so I think she needs to get back to that. She's more interesting that way.
And she's currently undefeated at WrestleMania, or not pinned, I should say. She was in that. She didn't win that one. What's that Rumble they don't have anymore? Battle Royal with the
Fabulous Moolah.
Yeah, which is so stupid. China's right there. You have the Andre Battle Memorial.
So was Stephanie though.
Still.
Now, if the powers that be want to do it, they can't really stop it.
Do it.
What's Triple H going to say? Come on, guys, you're going to get me on the couch.
But I would love Io to win the match, but I if I'm a betting person, I would put my money on Bianca.
I think Bianca too. It feels like she just kind of needs to come out of that, and there's a big money match with Rhea down the line too. So that's
also Io's the one that cashed in for at SummerSlam to take off the belt off of Bianca, and they really haven't mentioned that, which is shocking.
Yeah, that is true. I've enjoyed the build to this one. I think the surprise Io title win kind of changing things up. I thought that was overall, I think they booked that one pretty well.
So the Intercontinental match, who are you going for? I want Dom. I love Penta, but come on, Dom.
I think Dominic should get that Intercontinental title belt. He will be a heat. Well, he already is a heat magnet. I think that'll be a great run. Braun, they need to start segueing into the main event. Braun Breaker, fuck yeah, they do, Todd.
Not with Cena holding the belt. I agree with Todd.
They need to slow it down. They don't rush him into that position. Don't fucking Tony Atlas him. Give him a minute. I'm not saying don't take the title off of him and start building him to there, but don't just throw him in and up to that level.
No, I'm talking like by WrestleMania next year, I would have a big featured match.
I would say that. I could. Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest. Like, I think it's going to be Gunther, but you could make a case for him retiring Goldberg. That would get him a big rub.
Breaker, fuck yeah! The way he does his spear, that's what I would do.
I mean, you're only going to have.
I wouldn't do Gunther anymore.
So good of a match with Goldberg, but yeah, Breaker.
Actually, you put all three of them in there.
Let Regal book the match. Let him lay it out.
that would be funny if they did a run in. It's like Regal and Bill DeMott comes in. It's just like all these people he squads.
Nash comes out with the taser.
That is one thing they should overbook this shit out of.
Fuck yeah, they should. JG Michael wants to. My bro wants to know what happened to Parker Boudreaux, aka Harland. Well, I think he's in Indies now.
Released by WWE, didn't do shit in AEW, and from what I understand, I mean, this might have been last year. Like somebody on a podcast was talking about seeing him on a show, and it looks like he just doesn't have it. Like he hasn't advanced at all. But at one point, they did call him the next Brock Lesnar
because he fucking looked like him.
Like, didn't like him,
if that dude could have moved like Braun Breaker, that dude would have been Brock Lesnar.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think it's there. I don't think you'll see him in a major company again. But
speaking of Brock, are we gonna get him back?
I think apparently the word is he officially retired. That match with Cody is it.
I don't know. I think if he feels like it, he's always welcome.
Well, I don't know. He's not welcome at the moment, though. That's the problem. Until that lawsuit's over.
Sure.
Yeah.
What about you, Todd? Do you think he might see him back in?
No, I was just curious if there was any news. I'm fine either way.
If this lawsuit ends up not ending in any kind of conviction, can you imagine if they brought him back and had Vince managing him?
Fuck yeah, I can. Do that.
I've heard. You haven't heard? Vince is actually El Grande Americano.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, yes. I have my booking scenario for this match.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm going to fan it. Book it down. I know you hate it.
So McMahon's mask looks like a piece of poop?
No. All right. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano.
Hate it already.
Lights go out. They come up. Mr. America is in the ring,
Okay, that'd be funny.
holding Mysterio's mask, and he aligns with El Grande Americano. Match it. Well, it's not a mask versus mask.
I apologize, Dan.
Can you imagine the fucking heat?
Now, can we get Bruce?
And that's what he says. I don't care what they say. We're changing it back from Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America, Gulf of Mr. America.
I want Brother Love back, but instead of red, he's orange now. And just lean the fuck into it. Bring in Hogan. Let's get some real fucking heat.
If you do that, whoever El Grande Americano feuds with, the baby face has to be managed by Jim Cornette. That has to happen.
That's the most unrealistic thing we've mentioned so far.
I just want Cornette one last run. I don't care what it is. It can just be one storyline. And just like, you're going to fight for our country, you motherfucker. You're just doing the Wendy's speech. Oh, man. Fuck, you could have like a Stone Cold Booker T style brawl.
I
at
don't
a
stop
Wendy's.
him. He's going to keep going.
Yeah. He's snowballing.
Well, I just saved WrestleMania right there, Todd. So.
There you go.
But,
You saved the theaters. Now you're saving WrestleMania.
Hollywood savior, WWE savior.
I'm
I'm very mad, even though I think it's gonna be a great match. The women's tag titles is bullshit. I'm tired of throw together tag teams. My God, they keep doing it.
Liv and Raquel deserve better than what they're getting.
Oh,
Dan,
really?
because there's no women's tag teams, so they're
Yes,
always
there are,
going.
Todd.
Oh,
Well, number one, the best thing they could have done here is Alexa and Nikki Cross. It would
Well,
perfect.
but they're not a tag team.
They
They
have
were though,
All right. So
Yeah.
and I would like them to get there.
I asked Dan to name me the women tag teams, and
Casey
he's
Catanzaro and Kaden Carter.
They
They're
suck.
a tag team.
aren't what
Secret
they originally just
Service,
thrown together. These just sound like
Lashley and whatever
they've
the
been a
fuck.
tag team for a while now. Todd.
Okay, if you have to tell me two names that are thrown together tag team,
I mean, they do release some tag teams, unfortunately, but
do you
no,
understand?
there's
Do you understand what I'm saying, Dan?
no. I get it. I'm just saying this.
Give me
whole
one tag team with a name.
Metaphor.
metaphor,
Lash or whatever.
They
That's
don't
what they're
name
in
them
NXT.
anymore. That's like the problem. Although they're starting to.
The
Secret
Soul
Service.
Ruka and whatever the fuck.
Sorry.
Yeah, they're sorry. Yeah.
Well,
For this one, if they're gonna bring in a fucking old bitch like the Bella Twins, I think that would have been.
Well, I think
Add
they can
them
only
to the
bring
match.
one. I don't think there's any more Bella twins.
The other one said they were getting the Brie was getting in shape for it, and they're in Vegas. But also the Iconics. Come on, just bring them in for a fucking.
I mean, there's so many options, but I mean, Alexa and Nikki, I think, would have been.
But we could bring in Trish Stratus and Lita.
Well, you know what? At
Fuck
least
those old
they have
hags.
history, but I love Lyra. Bailey's great.
Ugh,
This
Lyra
whole
sucks.
thing this whole thing had like
Ugly
not
boring
even
bitch.
2 weeks worth of build. It's like, yeah, we're teaming now. We had a good.
I get
And
it.
they're
Like,
disrespecting
okay.
the women's intercontinental and Chelsea Green's fucking USA title. They
Yes.
don't, how do you not have a match with Chelsea Green?
Okay, I'm just gonna say it. Don't cancel me. There's too many fucking women's titles. They don't need that many fucking belts. There's already too many fucking titles. And
Well,
if the fact you have meaningless
the tag
tag
belts.
titles,
Yeah, get rid of the tag belts.
it doesn't make sense. They don't mean anything.
Chelsea means something.
Chelsea has had a
The
great
intercontinental one with Lyra, that loser, no, that's dog
Well,
shit.
I like
He
Lyra
sucks.
a lot, but
That's
why
garbage.
didn't they just do that intercontinental title match with Lyra and Bailey? That would have made more sense. I mean, I
In
feel
my
like
day, we had one title for the women's, and it was called the Women's Championship. Then when we split
Yeah.
rosters, we allowed two. Now we got Intercontinental,
You want
US
a-
Tag Team, all this bullshit.
simple scenario for Chelsea.
Too many belts.
Chelsea comes out, bitches about not being on the card. If you're gonna bring Paige back, there you go. Paige can win that title, and Chelsea can get it back probably pretty quick. There's
know
your
what?
moment. It's
I
quick.
I love Paige, but I don't want that. I think Chelsea deserves better.
Hey,
Hey, do that shit with Lyra. That bitch sucks.
It would get though a big pop, and it would put a little more attention on those belts. I agree. It's shameful. Like you create the fucking belts, and then you don't have either one featured on the card. It's stupid.
That's crazy to me.
And there's options. It's not like there's not options. So I don't know. That pissed me off. But overall, I mean, I think it's going to deliver. I think there will be some surprises at this one.
So, like, who are you thinking?
I'm hoping Randy Orton's match isn't Solo Sikoa.
So is it an open challenge? Is that what the deal is? What is
it? Been announced. They'll probably announce it on Friday.
There's 13 matches. The last couple years there've been 14. So
there's going to be 14.
Orton would be 14.
Yeah, they're 7 and 7.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that goes to Orton. I just think Solo Sikoa, it's like that. I mean, it'll be fine, but that's a TV match. Like it's not been set up as a Mania. I think
Solo also hasn't had a match at WrestleMania.
He hasn't, but I mean, has he fully earned it? I mean, he's done a good job, but
fucking headline SummerSlam. Yeah, I think he can do it.
Yeah,
see if you're just gonna fucking put over Randy. Yeah. See, I think like, if they bring out like Rusev or somebody, like I would like that person to win, not Randy.
Rusev would have to win, and I
would prefer it.
Well, because I think Randy Orton, I think Cena's getting the belt, and I think Orton's going to be his first challenger. Is my
not Punk?
I think Punk will be the SummerSlam match, and I think Punk might take it off him.
But when is the R-Truth match? That's who needs to take it off.
Well,
Monday or whenever.
Something with that.
When the first night John Cena's on Raw, that has to happen.
We haven't had an interaction with those two yet, have we?
What if he wins the Money in the Bank?
I kind of love this. Oh, fuck yeah. It's a bit of a throwaway, but who cares? He can just stalk him the entire fucking...
It means more than fucking what Otis wanted.
You're right. But, oh my God, he can stalk him all fucking year until December.
In the most ridiculous of ways.
And right after he loses the title, he'll try to cash it in on him.
Yeah, that...
Well, he brings out his 24/7.
JG brings up Nick Aldis. Honestly, I think that would be a good one because Aldis can get a moment. Orton will win.
Yeah,
that doesn't mean much, but it is what it is. Because look, Owens got injured. It is what it is. You just pivot to the coolest next thing. Because I just can't really think.
And they haven't let Aldis do anything yet. Like he hasn't gotten physical with anyone. So I don't know. I think I
he did get RKO'd twice.
Once.
But twice. Remember the second time Randy paid in advance.
Oh, okay. I thought he's only taken one bump in WWE. Okay. Well, I think that would be just a fun one to just do because there's no story with Solo. Just do that on Raw after Mania.
SmackDown. They're SmackDown guys.
Yeah. That's fine. Like
the
just
SmackDown after Mania doesn't have the same ring. Yeah. They're trying to push it more now, but
I think there'll be more debuts than there have been the last couple of years. I think you're going to get
SmackDown. Todd, you're going to be excited for this. Your boy Alistair's coming back.
I know.
I'm excited.
I know. Maybe he's better now. Maybe I won't hate. I'll give him a shot.
I would team him up with Cross. Make him a
now you lost me.
Well, look, you're both like dabble in the dark arts and shit.
You know, give him a chance. Don't pull him immediately down to Cross's level.
I think the problem with Cross is like you hit a certain point where it's just like I've seen you do a lot of lame shit. It's not all your fault. It sucks, and I just can't, it's like
I'm going with the fucking supernatural. Like they can do because they both fucking fuck with Satan and shit. Like there's cool imageries to be had, and that's where I fucking get my shit.
He needs to go away for a while. That's the biggest thing for me.
He's hardly on TV.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's like.
I know. Then they brought him back like last week, and I remembered he was around. I was like,
I get what they're kind of trying to do. He's like a disruptor, but it's like it just doesn't work. It's like let me see it in the ring more often. I mean, that match with AJ is the first singles match I've seen with them in months.
I know. I was like, oh, great. They're just bringing him out the job. That's fun.
And that's the thing. Yeah, it's like, okay, he lost. Like, it's hard to get stoked.
I hope he's not looking to buy any real estate right now. That's all I'm saying. I wouldn't go that far, guy.
I would not be shocked.
I wouldn't pick up my phone in about the next month either from the office.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's not all on him. I mean, the second Vince put him in that stupid fucking helmet, that was
Hey,
I
Farouk
thought
fought
that
his
was
way
cool.
out of it.
The fact he didn't like it is what made it not work. You put me in that hockey mask, I will fucking like. Come on, you've seen Mad Max. Go do that shit. Come out with some assless chaps. Start speaking weird. There's ways to go about it. I would have got it over.
Let's see, what else do we got here?
We're still on night one.
I'm
We're going
jumping
back and forth.
around.
Yeah.
I didn't even write it
Damn,
down.
Jesus Christ! I don't know how much we got left now.
Gunther Jey Uso. I think they booked that really well, even though I wish it was Sami Zayn and Jey Uso's spot. I think it would be better.
I don't want Sami Zayn on anything.
I like Sami Zayn, but not
Put him
over
back
here.
in a mask.
That's yeah.
You guys hate everything. All the
No.
you hate.
No, I just hate stupid things.
I don't think
Except for you, Dan.
I don't think Sami Zayn's stupid. I've loved his work. The people were ready for him to get that belt off Roman at one point. You can't deny
Until they won it, then they would have fucking hated it. Guaranteed.
Jey Uso is going to drop that belt by SummerSlam.
Oh yeah, as soon as he wins, no one's going to give a shit about it.
Yeah.
I would prefer that to take place on night 2. So somehow he defends it on Raw, and it's less than 24 hours that he holds the belt.
Here's my thing. I think I get why you should put it on him, but it's not the best choice for business. I wouldn't even bother putting it on him. It's going to pop the live crowd, and then no one's going to care. Then they're going to hate him. It's pointless.
But they buy all the merch, dude. Like all the little kids.
Sells a lot of merch. He does.
I get
but
that.
All the little kids, like all the the interviews and shit I've seen online, like adults are the ones bitching about Jey Uso. You ask a child, "Oh, who's your favorite?" Yeet. Like consistently. It's like the John Cena bullshit, and yeah.
I don't think he's going to be an interesting champion. I agree 100%. But the problem at this point, you've already had him. He'll lose to Gunther. Like you totally fucking bury him like 12 feet under if he loses.
Not that far.
The money's in the chase, and the chase hasn't been good. And I think once they compared his segment with Gunther to Kevin McAllister and the old man from Home Alone, I can't take it seriously anymore. I'm not afraid anymore.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah. That is fun.
I think they did. I mean, Gunther, wiping out Jimmy. I think, they booked it well as you can. I mean, I'm not as into Jay, but I get it.
At least he did. It wasn't a promo killer like that fucking MJF one.
Oh,
pick it up.
Yeah, never. He's dead. Man. Never respect him again. He's garbage.
I still like him.
He's not garbage.
He's garbage.
He should have made the.
He's in LA Knight. I might hate him more than LA Knight at this point.
Damn.
Because I don't believe him anymore. Lost all of my believability in that one moment.
I think he made the mistake of not jumping to WWE. He still has time, and I almost certainly know he will, but I think he lost a lot of momentum.
Yeah. Now he's going to be like LA Knight when he shows up. I'm not going to care.
He's going to be in a bigger spot than LA Knight, I think. I'm not betting against him under WWE's banner. I'm really not.
I hope he fails.
I mean, at the bare minimum, he'd be an interesting person for Cody to work with.
Punk.
Yeah, there's a lot you can do there. The Punk MJF feud is probably the best thing AEW's ever done. I got to give him that. I mean, that was a hot feud that everybody was into.
I don't really remember.
Except
I know it was big, but
the one time I watched AEW, I remember this.
Yeah, okay.
I think Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre. I think I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. It's Sin City street fight. Yeah, that should be cool.
A year-long story if you come down to it. So I think that's got a good story behind it. Jacob Fatu is 100% giving Todd his moment. There's no way LA Knight.
Should I film my reaction for that?
I think you should.
I think if Orton,
I may not be able to post it.
Patreon.
Yeah, I'll beep it.
If Orton and Solo have a match, I think it's going to be so Orton can beat him. Jacob Fatu's successful. He's the now leader because he won and has a belt.
I think he might go off on his own, dude. The lone werewolf. I don't think he's going to. Well, who knows? You don't need anybody.
You have I mean, Hikuleo is.
Although when fucking Bronson Reed comes back, I do want that team. They were fucking cool together.
Yeah. I think
I also want them to fight, but
yeah. What haven't we touched on yet? AJ Styles, Logan Paul. That'd be fun.
Yeah, it'll be entertaining. It'd be lots of high spots.
Yeah, it'll be a solid match, I think.
War Raiders and New Day. New Day.
Could have used more build, but I do think it'll be a good match.
Who do you think's taking the belt?
I think New Day. I think they'll give them a moment. That's why it's on the card. They usually were always in multi-tag man matches. So if I'm not mistaken, this might be their first like regular tag match at Mania, as crazy as that sounds.
Oh, really?
I could be mistaken, but 2-on-2.
They haven't had many. I know that much.
Yeah.
They've been shafted at. Did they have a 2-on-2 with the Bludgeon Brothers? I'm trying to remember it, but there might have been.
I don't remember.
But yeah, they haven't gotten like a massive Mania moment. As crazy as that sounds.
I mean, Kofi did, but yeah, okay.
As a team, yeah. I mean, Kofi obviously did, but I think that'll be fun. Punk, Roman, Seth. Do you think maybe Heyman just like goes with Seth? Like that's kind of what I think.
Anything's fucking possible, but
yeah.
Well, didn't his old lady retire?
Oh, Becky said she's not wrestling right now. She didn't say she retired.
I was so happy.
She signed a new contract. She's not done.
That doesn't mean she's an active wrestler. She we have like a Legends one or something. She did sign something, but
I heard that it was a contract, so I don't.
She said she's done. So,
probably
for a while.
I don't know.
You didn't hear this, Dan? No, this is a big thing. It is a story.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean it happened because
like 2 days ago.
This week.
Then I'm out of the loop.
During the WrestleMania, fucking all the shit. Doesn't mean she's not working and she's not going to pop up, but
yeah.
But no, she said she's done.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. I've not seen. I'm actually looking now, and I'm not really.
But she's a fucking carny. She's probably done for now. She'll be back in like 3 years.
I don't think she's done because she's still got some big paydays.
Yeah, but also, we don't know how physically she's doing. Maybe she can't.
Yeah, that's possible.
She did it all. Fuck off into the sunset. It's fine.
You can see the new crop now. I mean,
I don't know how you can find it. I just simply Googled it. Becky Lynch makes bold retirement proclamation amid 11-month hiatus.
Okay, well, if it's in the last 2 days, I might have missed it. I've been busy, so I'm not believing it though. But we'll see. I think fuck, I could see her showing up tomorrow somehow. It wouldn't shock me. But
did we? Oh no, we did talk about Charlotte and Tiffany, right?
Earlier, but I'm excited
really
for the match. Even it's kind of like a cluster.
It's weird that they censored the fucking promo going off the reels and then referenced it the following week. Did anyone else catch that?
Yeah, but it's still on like Twitter and stuff, so you can see it.
Yeah, but why did they bother to censor it then? Why did they cut it
for
out?
the network? Because they were cussing. I don't know. Because like on Netflix, aren't we? Real quick before we go, even though Netflix does censor the fuck whoever they're talking about, Roman having his microphone to you fucked up. That little move he did. I wanted to give him all my fucking money. That was fucking hilarious. They can't hear you, and then you fucked up. You fucked up. I'm like, oh my god, the main guy is encouraging a you fucked up chant. This is awesome. New time.
Yeah. I don't see Roman winning that. I'm not really seeing.
No, it's
I thought we were talking about Becky. Now we're back to Roman. Not Becky.
We're talking about Tiffany and
yeah, I thought we were talking about Flair.
Let's save Roman. Let's save the good stuff for after. But Charlotte and Tiffany, I think it'll be good.
It'll be good. Like I'm almost at a point where Tiffany needs to be a heel, spoiled brat heel, and they're trying to make her
she
more.
She can't against fucking Charlotte, dude. Like against
somebody
else.
Sure. Point. I don't think it should have been the match right now.
That's not how they started, though. They wanted Charlotte to be a good guy, but we as a whole, people don't like that bitch.
Yeah, I think it'll be a really good match.
Because she's the real spoiled child.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's almost at a point where I feel like it might hurt Tiffany a little bit, but I think Charlotte probably needs to just win this.
This is like some Bravo TV shit. This is why I'm interested in it, because it's it feels like a housewife thing. But speaking of, Todd, did you watch the latest episode?
I haven't watched it yet.
Okay, I think that's why it's on the brain. Because it does. It feels like train wreck television, and I'm all about it. So I hope it's good. I hope Charlotte decides to shoot on Tiffany. See what happens.
Well, I think all of this is just desperation.
Well, unfortunately, we didn't get the greatest shooting moment from Tommy Dreamer at WrestleMania.
Boo! It's not too fuck. It's not too late. He's in the main event on Saturday, Tom.
Oh, that would be the funniest shit ever if like Seth came out with Tommy Dreamer in his corner. Just don't say a word. Just they handcuff them together in like a gimmick.
And every time he starts to do it, he reaches it.
Yeah.
I don't mind getting a little crazy. I mean, like I said, some of the
it's WrestleMania. I want that fucking overbooked match at least somewhere on there.
Yeah.
That's part of the fun.
You think The Rock showing up?
He'll be there.
Yeah, I wouldn't see why I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
he hasn't been mentioned or
don't forget
he's been mentioned though.
We're gonna have Austin there too, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, because for the
Hall
induction.
of Fame.
Yeah.
So it'll be a little easier to get him to WrestleMania to do something if they want to.
But if Cena's winning the belt,
unfortunately,
you can't bring out Austin, man.
Unfortunately, Owens is out, so that kind of like that would have been a good spot for him.
Dude, I'm telling you, like I think Austin really wants like that marquee main event if he was going to do anything else, but Austin Dominic would have been or Austin Logan Paul, honestly. Like people would have went crazy for him just beating the shit out of Logan Paul.
Sure.
It's simple booking. I mean,
yeah. I don't know about that one, dude.
Yeah.
You
I don't know if I want that.
It's a fun spectacle match. He takes a stunner, loses. I mean, I don't know that I don't want to see.
I think Austin deserves better. Not to shit. Well, fuck Logan Paul, but like not to shit on him because he's a talented person. That's too low for Austin.
Logan will bump for him. I mean, it'll be a fun brawl. I mean, Dominic, I think maybe even more so.
I'm cool with that one, but Austin doesn't need to do anything. I hope he doesn't.
I'm just saying, like I said, like I want that one spectacle match with a lot of shit going on.
Well, I think you'll get it in the triple threat because it just feels like. I know a lot of people are bitching because they don't think there's stakes. I mean,
it's for the soul of WWE. What do you mean? Or for all of wrestling?
There's going to be something there. Well, Cena Cody is going to be that one will be overbooked. I think.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think finish wise with that. What you do?
Well, you're saying the crowd home sad.
Yeah, they're definitely going home sad. I think on that one.
But here's the thing. I think you guys are wrong about that. I think the crowd goes home happy because this is a WrestleMania audience. This isn't just a Raw audience with Cody, their big, their favorite losing. This is going to be diehard wrestling fans who now love Cena again that are going to pop their asses off for him. I think you're going to have a lot closer to Rock Hogan than you are.
I can see that. The crowds were split overseas too, and they're like, "Let's go, Cena. Cena sucks."
Yeah, it'll be a lot of that.
Yeah,
I'll tell you right now, I'm going for John Cena. I don't like that guy, but like that's the more interesting direction for me.
I think Cody. I mean, I really feel like he should have briefly lost the belt to Kevin Owens.
I agree. He should have.
No, I mean,
should have won that fucking Royal Rumble because he got fucked out of it 4 or 5 fucking times.
I think we need to make this title in jeopardy more, and that they're not doing that yet because not every reign needs to be a long one. Cody will do well chasing for it. I think. Do
you think Cody's a better chaser or a better champion? I think
chaser. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, he's a good champion. Don't get me wrong, and he's still kept the crowd. So I know a lot of people they turn on him. So, but yeah, I think it's probably time. Cena then loses it, and maybe we get heel Punk Cody at some point. I mean, there's a lot of interesting possible storylines once Cena does eventually drop that belt. So, yeah.
The last question here for me. Do you think he brings out the spinner belt?
He brings it back.
That
would be
I know.
awesome.
I think he might come out with it and just chuck the other one. Like, don't need that. This one's mine. Or actually, we'll put it in a bag. That one's coming with me. You know what? I'm okay if he retires as champion. If anybody can do it, give it to John Cena.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
I don't think so either. But wouldn't that be a badass? Fuck y'all. I'm done. He's the biggest heel ever.
That's why I do think like Seth and Heyman.
Oh, Flair running. They let him bump.
Oh.
He's like, Tommy Dreamer, this one's for you.
Ric Flair comes out with Lacey Evans and his love child to distract Charlotte.
But it makes sense though if Flair would try to prevent Cena from breaking his record.
That would, you know what? It actually does kind of work if you're gonna overbook it. If you're gonna overbook it, I think that is a very funny and
JG Michael, why the assumption Cody loses? Because it's John Cena.
I feel
The
like
Rock.
he needs to chase for a little bit. Like I do. I really think he should have hot potatoed with Owens.
You don't fucking turn someone like that, like John Cena, heel and not have a big victory immediately after. Now, this immediately is a part-time schedule, so it feels a little longer. He has to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Hogan with not winning the belt when he got the first shot at it. I mean, if you're looking at it like from historical point of view.
Yeah.
WrestleMania 9.
I think Cena's title reign probably ends at SummerSlam. So
I think it goes a little longer.
I mean, you could take it to. Well, the thing is, like, I don't think they have a pay-per-view in December, so it's like kind of like it's.
They don't announce all their pay-per-views now. We don't know for sure yet.
Yeah,
they just because like I was trying to look at that to book like wrestling shows upcoming. It's like, well, I don't even know if there's going to be like they didn't have Backlash announced like a month ago, like the date and shit.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true.
So I wouldn't go off what's announced right now because we don't know.
I mean, they've got some big shows.
Survivor Series too,
which I don't like the fact that we don't have the rest of the like. I like to know when they are throughout the year.
Yeah.
How do we plan ahead, cocksuckers?
I just feel like have Cena win, give Cody a little put opposition. I mean, you want to make sure you have strong follow up with Cody because I still feel next WrestleMania, Cody Drew maybe would be a great main event for one of the nights. Drew really needs to actually be the guy eventually. Like, just do it. Pull the trigger.
I'm fine with it, but you don't need. He was the guy during quarantine.
Yeah, that wasn't.
That counts.
It's
in the history books,
in my opinion. But I don't know. All I can say is I do think Cena's gonna win, but there's a chance. I mean, it could just be the Hogan thing, and then it's like, oh, okay.
If Stone Cold comes out to help Cody, then Cody has to win. That's the only That's the only thing I'm accepting because Austin can't fucking lose.
Yeah. WWE has had heels win in the main event, so it's not like that.
Yeah, WrestleMania 39. That too. I was gonna say 39. What I went to, and fucking, I felt the air leave the stadium. It's fucking awesome.
Who
Roman and Cody won.
Oh, that's right. Oh yeah.
This fucking loser next to me with a Cody tattoo on his arm, his hand looks so fucking butthurt that me and my boys were like, yeah, fuck y'all. Great.
God, though, they really would have fucked that if God forbid Cody got injured or something and they couldn't have. I don't know what
actually. Fine. I wish Roman was still champion. That I lived through one of the longest reigns. That's badass.
It was time to end it. That last year is going to be hard to top. I don't think they will.
You're right. That is going to be hard.
Yeah,
super fun.
I mean, that was an almost 5-year fucking story. Like, that was something. So.
Cinema.
But But I do think it will be good. And I don't think I have anything else to say about. Well, Jade Cargill, Naomi.
Okay,
it's a
fucking
match.
Rosa Parks. I honestly, I think it's a good build. I like it, but
good build. I'm just not so confident in the match.
Yeah, Jade Cargill hasn't had the best track record in the WWF. God damn it!
I think you really like that one. Really could have used like a street fight sort of thing.
Could have used another person in there. I would make me ask for a 3-way to make it safe.
There's not a lot of like gimmick matches either. Like, there's no ladder. That's a little disappointing.
You know what?
There is one in NXT though. So
there is, but like I felt like this show of all shows, I mean, could have used that because if you're gonna throw some matches together, like tag titles, all right.
I'd rather
a fucking ladder match.
I'd much rather have Money in the Bank match at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I miss that.
I wonder if it's just too big of a name now, and that's why it won't.
No, that's why they made it a pay-per-view. But you know what? They dropped that Hell in a Cell bullshit. So
maybe I think Money in the Bank is a lot more popular.
It is now. They've turned it into the SummerSlam Royal Rumble. That's the problem.
It solves a lot of issues.
Is it always before SummerSlam?
Yeah, that's Rumble.
I didn't catch on to that.
SummerSlam now is Money in the Bank.
It's a good way to, like, if you did have to fix something, it's a little more intrigue going into WrestleMania. Somebody's not happy with the card. Maybe it's like, who knows?
Black Metal Werewolf. Don't know if you guys read Twitch, but love your channel and reviews. Oh, thank you.
Well, thank you, man.
Thank you, Black Metal Werewolf. Fuck yeah.
We should pimp Twitch more. I know. Any of you that are watching on Twitch, we love you.
Yeah, thank you. For real.
And I guess that's about everything. Anything else to say about the card? Anything you want to see?
No, I'm looking forward to it. I don't like. There's not one match that stands out in particular, like I would normally have. At least that comes to mind right away.
Women's NXT is I am excited.
But NXT is the one I'm really excited for. The 4-way women's title. But
yeah,
I'm just looking forward to all the wrestling this week.
You know who I'm going for in that match.
Yeah.
Oh,
so you don't play. Clock it.
I don't think
I don't like her.
For me though.
I don't like her other. I don't like that she can't use her other catchphrase. But
who do you think we can close on this? Who do you think gets called up after WrestleMania?
Well, you know who I'm gonna say.
I mean, I think Trick Williams is gonna go.
I don't care about him.
I think he's gonna stick around for a little bit longer, kind of like Breaker did, maybe like a month or 3.
Well, they may come up and he'll still do a couple things, but I think that'll
I think Roxanne's gonna go.
Yeah, I mean,
fairly soon.
Yeah.
I hope Ethan Page, but I also want him to win the belt. So, but I don't think he will. But yeah, Ethan Page deserves to be on the fucking main roster.
I think he's a sure thing.
We got to get somehow. This has to happen at some point. We need Juan Cena versus El Grande Americano. He could do that in January after he retires, after John Cena's gone. He could do a year of Juan Cena.
I said
Fuck
Cena.
Yeah.
He comes back as the prototype. Fraxium, it's time to call them up. Start maybe. They are kind of building the tag division.
Who are they wrestling this weekend?
Hank and Tank, who I definitely
dropping
the belts to them.
No. But who knows though? They're fun guys.
Yeah, they're a fun comedy tag team. D'Angelo family. I don't know if they're all coming up, but I mean Tony D'Angelo, there's nothing.
They're not coming up yet. They're not coming up yet. No.
Yeah,
I would like him, but no.
I actually enjoyed their segment on NXT this week. It's the first one I wasn't like rolling my eyes at.
Oh really?
So maybe I turned turned the corner on them. Maybe I'm starting to enjoy them.
They're fun. They're fun.
I like Tony. The other guys,
I didn't know which one Tony is. Is he the
leader?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. He's the one who missed the beatdown.
I think you're going to get more than a few women, and some of them might be random call-ups. I think maybe Fatal Influence maybe will go up.
You know what? I don't. I think they should. I think JC should at least.
Well, JC's been due for a while.
Yeah. And I don't even like that bitch, but she's dependable.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I actually think Jasmine Nix has looked pretty good lately too. So
Well, she looks good every day, sir. But if you mean in the ring, yeah, she's been
In the
improved a
ring.
lot. Yeah,
I think they're probably like the NXT women's division is stacked right now. They need to call a handful up. It might be some random ones like maybe Lola Vice.
Ugh, I hate that fucking bitch.
Damn, you guys are hateful.
I cannot stand her. I'm a Latina. Yeah, we know. You stupid fuck.
I'm with Pugs on this one.
I like the hip shake.
She's to be seen. Look, she's fine to look at, but like I can only take so much of her. She's fucking annoying. I would send her away.
I think my problem with a lot of the NXT chicks, I think they're gonna look tiny when they end up on the main roster. They're gonna be like Jordan Grace going from TNA to NXT. They're gonna look tiny like she does now.
I don't think she's gonna look as tiny as you think. I mean, Rhea Ripley, believe it or not, is not a particularly big lady.
Yeah, she is.
But she's.
I mean, she'll look tiny in there with like a Nia Jax or something. But
why isn't she on Mania? What the fuck? I'm not watching now.
You know what somebody pointed out?
I didn't even realize it.
She hurt.
She has had like the most consistent like PLE schedule. She's been on like everything. So I think it was like, all right, Triple H is looking. I got to get this guy, and it was just like Nia's not gonna bitch. So I think that's all there was to it.
I'd much rather see Nia beat up fucking Charlotte Flair and hopefully slip a few times. Get some of them Vader spots in.
Wasn't she teaming with with Candice? Put them in the tag match. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think they
I just wanted to beat Charlotte Flair.
Tiffany, go apologize. Have her be your muscle.
That would be like a funny twist. Tiffany's just like had her daddy pay off like all of these like female goons to come in and take out Charlotte. It's
oh my god, that would be funny actually.
Get a Tanya Harding run.
Her daddy is Vince.
No.
You tell me that wouldn't put some spice in that. Well, we're fantasy booking now, obviously.
Yes.
We're trying to make it better.
You know what? I don't know. Like, I mean, Sol Ruka Zarya. I mean, there's so many people that are ready. Like, the care could go up tomorrow. I don't think she.
Yeah, but she's still learning English and to work the camera and stuff. She knows what she's doing.
Yeah. Maybe
Julia's ready.
No, Julia's not ready.
Julia's ready.
She hasn't.
They're gonna just Shinsuke Nakamura. Fucking just because she can't speak, they'll do the video thing. That worked on NXT beautifully. She's ready.
I think she could still use a little work adapting to the style.
See, in my day, Vince would never allow this subtitled bullshit.
Yeah.
They'd be dubbed. They'd be dubbed right now. Kayatai style.
Oh.
You know when Shinsuke came in that he 100% thought it was Kenzo Suzuki. Like 100%. I've never heard it, but I'm just going to assume that that's the truth. It's like, no, I know you're not Funaki.
Jerry, you look great.
I got tall. Yeah, overall, I'm looking forward to having a good time.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Just getting away from work and watching wrestling. That'd be great.
Maybe we get a Maven running for the Cena match.
Who could you really? I'm trying to think of like if you are just gonna go nuts like they kind of did last year
and the year before.
Who would be really interesting coming out for Cena? I mean, I mean, we can rule out Batista.
I mean, obviously, there's one answer. I mean, like,
we're gonna go The Rock because I
no. I mean, you really no one. The first one.
I don't want Stone Cold.
Abby Tuft.
The answer is obviously
R-Truth?
Kurt Angle, guys.
Oh yeah, that's true.
His first opponent, their history.
It does make sense. It does make sense that Flair comes in and tries to be a petty old fuck.
Dude, man, he just bought a ticket. They don't even know. Rick, what are you doing?
He's like, he was not happy about him breaking his record. Yeah, Flair.
I wanted Charlotte to win.
Cena's got him up for the AA, and you just see like all of a sudden his music hits, and he starts like helicoptering down the ramp to distract him.
Pulling Jeff Hardy, taking his time, but with his cock instead. Yeah, just have him helicopter out the Hardy's music. Doing the hand gimmicks. Hopefully he doesn't mix up the hand movements, but
he starts fucking jizzing everywhere.
2-hour mark. Getting classy.
Takes the load on his belly.
Be careful, gentlemen. My cookies have kicked in.
All right. Well,
Then we should wrap this up.
So I am going to. Well, we can end it there on helicopter.
Started Dan's bullshit
that are going to be at full moon. We'll be departing tomorrow morning. So, and yeah, guys, thanks for hanging out for 2 shows tonight. We appreciate it. And on that note, we'll see you back here. What's our next show, Todd?
Well, safe travels, Dan. We'll be back here next Wednesday for
Fright Night.
And I think Tuesday we're talking about I'll confirm with Pugs, the Squared Circle Society WrestleMania post show.
Yep, and Raw if it does end up being that day.
I mean, obviously.
And Friday we have a live show. So
live theatrical show.
All right, guys. We'll see you soon. Take care.
Good night. Money's on the dresser. I fucked it up. That's my botch. All right, take 2. Money's on the dresser.
Dan, have a good time. Establish dominance. Make sure you check out Crimson Crown Kingdom 2, and I'll see you in Disneyland.